What's up, world? This is WeNeeda5th. This your man Mo. Got my man Hill in the building.
You.
Got my man P in the building. Fellas, just had the NBA draft. Wednesday? Yeah. Wednesday. And I guess my first question is, anything caught your eye? Were there any picks? Any?
Absolutely.
Okay, P, let it be known. Say what you says.
Jump the gun, but to me, the winner's Mephis. To me, the winner's Mephis. I'm going to go down with the ship. You know what I mean? I'm a Zach Edey guy. I thought they got a top 2 pick with the 9th pick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I like the fit also. Apologies. Shout out to everybody on TikTok, Instagram. They corrected me. I was saying how it was a good pick because of Steve Adams, Jaren Jackson himself, and Steve Adams on Houston. So, mea culpa.
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, to be fair, he was there.
Yeah.
But it just fits in the line of like Adams, Valanciunas, Zach Edey. So I like the pick as well too. We're on the lines of Zach Edey from college, and you and let's just say the rest of America.
Yeah.
To be fair, we're feeling on the lines that he would be a late second rounder, maybe not even drafted, and I understand why. We're just gonna have to see. Slow.
Footwork.
Low post game, which is seem to be obsolete unless you're Joker.
And that's part of my problem with Edey is like you just said, hey, low post game like Joker. He doesn't have that.
No one does.
You know what I mean? And it's like. And even with Joker, hey, his low post game, he can push out 10 to 12 feet. I don't think Edey can do that. I think Edey has to be right under the rim.
No, I think, Joker's skill set, no center in NBA history has had that. No 7-footer or whatever. But I think he has a Yao Ming's skill set. It's just a matter if it's utilized.
I don't see that.
Really?
I don't see Yao Ming. Like
get it
even
block and jump hook with either hand.
What you would call it? When I look at Edey and see, it seems like when he's up against professional style talent, those moves that you're talking about become so much harder for him to you know what I mean?
Didn't he have like what 30 and 10 in the final game against Klingon? Klingon's a professional.
And how much his team ended up losing by?
I mean that his supporting cast.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna not.
And even when you're talking about that game, he didn't look good.
30 and 10 always looks good.
30 and 10. I mean, we were just talking about Luka looking bad with 28 points.
I didn't subscribe to that. I think Kyrie looked bad. I thought Luka played okay in the finals. He didn't set the world on fire. He wasn't the most efficient, but yeah, I put that on Kyrie. I think he had a bad series.
I don't think you never sacrifice whatever his skill set you think it is, and you're giving me 7-4. To me, the 7-4 part is what's gonna set the difference, and how he plays. He has to get into camp, gets in shape, and he gets conditioned. I mean, you don't know what this finished product is gonna look like down the line. So we're just having him raw right now for me is fine.
Okay, but
people are gonna be refined, like you said. Look, Nikola Jokic. No one thought that. You know what I'm saying? People thought, all right, he has skill set because he was playing overseas and he was pretty much, I guess he went from a point guard, then he grew height, and then so he had certain aspects of it, but he still was a second-round pick. It wasn't like he just jumped out at you. So let's see some development. I got to steal because I wanted him higher. So I like one of the other teams, like I said, he's one of the teams I thought they got bang for their buck.
Okay. Any other standout picks for you guys?
Again, I don't want to jump in. I don't know the order of the topics. I thought the Lakers, again, when I said the top 2, Knecht was in that top 2 with him and Edey. So I think they got the second best play with the 17th pick. So I thought the Lakers.
How did that happen?
I thought that was a steal. And we always talk about try to stay away from the lazy comps or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's kind of lazy, but it's not because he's in Tennessee. I think he could be like Allen Houston. You know what I mean? That's what he reminds me of. Like, just he's a shooter, has enough handle, not crazy handle. Defense, optional. But I think he was the second best player in this draft, and to get him with the 17th pick, if that's not a value pick, I don't know what is.
With bounce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So pairing him with LeBron, AD,
Mm-hmm.
you're not asking too much. I think it's only going to get pluses from what you got from this guy.
Okay.
And I'm high on Reeves.
Yeah, and I think Reeves is a good
Mhm.
player. I think Knecht needs to, take some of his skill
Also.
set, whatever. And I just think the learning. I know he's not a little old. He's probably one of the oldest guys in the draft, Knecht. But I think the learning curve will get sped up with LeBron, AD, Reeves. Like, you're going against these guys every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great fit for both the Lakers and himself.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you a real one. Let's go Utah.
Okay.
I'll give you Utah. I'll give me Isaiah Collier, 29.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, who else did they pick up from there? Cody Williams, Colorado. Brother of Jalen. So I shooting 40% from three. Just has to put on a little bit of pounds, but Cody can run a point if need be for Utah. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a solid 3 and D.
Now, let me ask you guys this. Are you worried at all that Utah is pretty much guard heavy? Or it seems like they have a whole bunch of talented individuals playing the same positions. They have Clarkson out there. They have Horton Tucker out there. They have Sexton out there.
Right.
So it seems like they just loaded up with more
Keontae
guards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that kid. I like Keontae
but
George. Yeah.
those, they played so well in their positions that they're actually assets.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you still can get good value for all those plays you just said.
Mm-hmm.
So, package that up with picks that they still have, Utah is in an advantageous spot to make some moves to make themselves much better. And Filipowski late that they got, again, it could be a diamond in the rough for them at a low cost. So you might have star value at very, very low risk with Filipowski in the second round.
So right now, you're giving Danny Ainge the benefit of the doubt over there.
I think he had a good for this. I think he had a draft wise. I think he had a good draft. How it plays out on the court, I mean that's Danny Ainge and that's Quinn Snyder.
We said it in the.
No, Quinn's not even there anymore, is he?
Yeah, he's not in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
So who's
Good question. Good question.
My apologies for Utah too. I should be paying attention. No, I shouldn't. It was a good. It was a good draft on paper.
P, you don't agree?
I think Utah just in general just have a whole bunch of average players, and then I think they drafted some more average players. Again, my theory about blowing it up. I thought once they got rid of Donovan Mitchell and Gobert, this is what you get. They're still rebuilding.
Yeah, I mean, you can only have one championship team, and I think they're trying to take steps to it. Cody to me is a really good piece for them. How you fit in here with marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Where they align the team, I like Keontae George. Like they have players in which you could put together, and Jordan Clarkson as a scorer. How that coach meshes that mix to get a good 5 or 10, that's in coaching.
Yeah, I think I'm more in line with P in the sense that or not so much, but it's just too crowded, and I think it's too crowded. And I think they have to get rid of some of those players.
I think they will, but it's who outside of. I'm trying to think of a place where it's not even Portland, an ideal spot for a free agent to go to. So it's always going to be hard. But I can't think of one person that just said, "I want to be on the Utah Jazz." So this is the way I think they have to do it.
And that's again why I say that the whole Donovan Mitchell and Gobert. To whoever picked them credit, they hit. You hit on Mitchell. They got 13. I think Rudy might have been 27. You hit. This is what you have to, like you said, this is what you have to do. You have to draft well for Utah because you're not getting big name free agents. They're not coming to Utah.
Right. But the reality is they're going. So you're gonna have to try to keep striking diamonds in the rough.
Oh yeah,
There's no way.
Yeah, that we agree on. You have to build the draft
so
in Utah. Yeah.
These picks, you're gonna have to continue to accumulate, and hopefully strike fire at one time, because I can't see anyone trying to go to Utah.
I know we just talked about picks that stood out to you guys, and are there any picks where you felt that whatchamacallit, the team just got it totally wrong?
I don't want to beat you to anything like that.
Go. You hit the buzzer first. Go.
Stephon Castle, number 4.
I don't agree with you.
The number 4 pick for he's gonna be the point guard. You picked the number 4 defensive stopper. I don't know. Where would you go for that for Wemby? He can't shoot. You need help outside.
And whatchamacallit, I think that just like Edey, where y'all say, hey, get him into to the building,
right,
and allow the team to help him develop. I think the same could be said.
Oh God, at 4
for Castle.
At 4.
My thing is, I think that, especially with his experience with UConn and what he showed in the championship game, he shows he could be a lockdown defender,
right? And
he shows that, hey, outside of his jump shot, everything else on the offensive end is working. He can get to the hole. He can drive and distribute. My thing is with Wemby, because of his extreme talent,
right,
you don't need gangbusters coming out the door with Wemby. You need someone that can, hey, lock down your defender on the perimeter, make it easier so that Wemby doesn't have to step out to the three-point line all the time. And you need someone that can break down the defense, get to the rim, start making the other team focus on his driving potential. And, Wemby's right there, wide open.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound like a project coming in like Edey. That sounds like a number 4 pick.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that he's that playmaker that you think he is. Like, he could break down the offense, especially if I know I could have sat because he can't shoot. In the lockdown defense, it was against Purdue. They don't. Who did he have to worry about?
But UConn, their success the last 2 years has been predicated on, hey, they do play lockdown defense. They were
with an anchor and clinging. I mean, to be fair, like he it's easier for Stephon to play that much aggressive outside when you have something in the back like clinging. Like they had a good team.
But to your point, you have a better version now though in the pros.
And my thing too is with UConn in particular, hey, is a difference when he was on the court and when he was off the court. They were much better. They were elite with him on the court. Without him on the court, they were good.
Right, you know but at 4, though, is my point. I don't mind Stephon Castle being on the Spurs. I wouldn't even got him at 8. Like, if you got him at 8, your argument still would, I'd be going crazy right now. Mm-hmm. Stephon Castle is a 15 to 25 pick player. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a number 4. To me, he was my favorite on that team, but he wasn't the best on that team. He has potential to be the best on that team. But polishing, shooting out, I mean, Newton didn't get picked to win.
Second round, I believe.
And that was the most offensive player of the tournament. You know what I'm saying? So for them to think that Stephon Castle is going to be this very good player is a heck of foresight, put it that way, for San Antonio.
Okay. Because I don't think his jump shot is too far off.
Oh, my God.
Whatchamacallit, with professional training. And
he can't hit a barn. To be fair, the kid cannot hit a Stephon Castle jump shot is god-awful.
I think if you get him in the building, you work him with the coaches.
You're going to have to. You're going to have to.
Yeah.
You're going to have to.
I don't think it'll be that too far off.
They sagged off of him. Again, we're totally on disagreeing on Stephon Castle. They sagged off of him in the paint. Like, he had open floaters in which he had to. Times he got charges. The kid just can't shoot. What I'm being told now from that pick is that he is immaculate on defense. Mm-hmm. And then they could work to him on offense. And again, I didn't see him being.
It really depends on, hey, what you put the priority on. I think at this point, because of the pick, you got to think that, hey, San Antonio's putting a higher priority on the defensive aspect than the offensive aspect.
I thought I was horrible. I thought it was horrible. I don't know how you.
Yeah,
feel.
no, I thought I got them down as one of the losers. 'Cause again, they had 4 and 8. They could have got Knecht and Edey. So to me, what they ended up with, I got them down as the losers. I think Castle could be a good player, but to me, he's a shorter Ben Simmons without the playmaking. Like I don't think he has the passing ability of Ben Simmons. He's shorter.
And Ben went 1.
Right, but he's 6'10".
Right, and he's one of your all-time worst draft picks ever.
Right. Yeah. But
and he can't hit a barn.
But potentially, Ben Simmons, when his mind is right and he's playing, I like his game. Mm. I don't like the fact he's scared to shoot, but as far as a playmaker, in this league where you switch everything, he's perfect on defense. He has the ability to be like probably the best defensive player in the league. But
probably.
You're right.
But he, like you said, he can be locked down defense, but talking 6'10".
Right. So there's a
6'3".
Right. Yeah.
I mean, unless he's going to lock down. What is he locking down all perimeter guys? The Currys and
like I think he could be a good guy off the bench to give you some defensive minutes, maybe some playmaking or whatever. But yeah, and it's not the strongest draft in the world. We all know that. Mm-hmm. So most of the players are going to be slightly higher than they would in any other year. So again, after Edey and Knecht. Do what you want.
I mean, I got Shannon as winners, to be fair. And it was because of asset acquisition. I thought this draft was just weak like that. So they were able to pick up some pieces down the line. Yeah, okay, some 2030, 2027. I can care less because those still can be traded now. You know what I mean? Future. That's the only thing I saw. I agree with Pop and the organization. Just get out of here in the future, except for the Castle pick. You could have gave me Edey. You could have gave me Knecht. You could have gave me Dillingham. You could have gave me other players that I thought could help him now. And he's not like Dillingham is okay, but he can get a shot at any time. Mm-hmm. I've seen those players, Trae Young, Steph. I mean, at any point in time, he's probably the best playmaker out this draft. They gave it up.
And now you mentioned that, even I think Klingon, that would have been a little high at number 4, but fit-wise, I would like Klingon and Wemby. I just like the height. If you look at that Western Conference, it's getting like you got Cat, Nas, Muhammad, Rudy Gobert, Joker. There's a lot of big men. You like the Spurs are small. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see what they do.
You mentioned Minnesota. How do you feel about that?
So they got Dillingham. Mm-hmm. They got Terrence Shannon. So they knocked it out the park. They needed offense. You saw times when Minnesota would lag and just hang so much offense on Towns and Anthony. And then Nas would have to come up and give you 20-some points. It's excellent. Thank God he's a 6-man a year. But you need equality in scoring on that squad. And I think Terrence is going to offer that. And then Dillingham is going to be great off the bench, coming up. And then sooner or later, hopefully, be starting. You just added more firepower to take some stuff off Anthony Edwards. I thought it was a great hit.
Yeah, same. They're getting into that OKC mode where you bring in the bench. It's not that big of a drop off. If you bring in Shannon and Dillingham, Minnesota was even on my radar on this draft. Like I was whatever. So when at the end of the night when you say okay they got Shannon and Dillingham, to me they're one of the winners of the draft. Yeah.
Who are your other winners in the draft?
That was it for me. I Grizzlies, Lakers, Wolves. That was it.
I guess the rich got richer, if you care. OKC with Topic. And give me potential. I mean, Topic was projected to go to San Antonio at one point, being that 1-2 Luka and Wemby type matchup they would have. And then he fell all the way down to OK City. And Weber State, they got Dylan Jones out of them. So he's pretty much a cutoff of the backup point guard they have on it, Isaiah Joe. So,
now I know both of you guys have Spurs as the losers, or P has Spurs as the losers. Excuse me. Who else do you guys have as losers?
Pretty much everybody else, but you want to be specific. I think the Hawks, almost not necessarily their fault. They won the lottery when it was at its lowest. Basically, you know what I mean? They won the lottery at one of the worst times you could win it. If they did it a year prior, they got, we're talking Wemby to Atlanta. You know what I mean? So there wasn't any transformational player number one pick to be had this year, so it's not really their fault.
So you guys don't believe in the two foreign players?
No, I thought they should have won Alex Sarr, the Hawks. I thought they should have won Sarr.
I never saw the number one pick play. I can't, you know what I mean? I'll be lying to say, oh, they should and shouldn't. I don't know. I never saw him play. You know what I mean? Sarr, I saw play like one game against the G League Ignite team. He looked pretty good. I think I said in the previous show, gives me like a Jaren Jackson type of vibe, possibly. Unfortunately, he's going to the Wizards. It's like
the Hawks are just built up with these mid 3-and-D type players, and you just added Rashard.
It's kind of like the Utah thing. They already had him. It looks like.
Now, some may argue with the Hawks that you pick him up because Sadiq Bey is coming off an ACL,
but he'll
injury.
Be back.
Hunter, DeAndre Hunter. Don't know if you're going to keep him long term. At least that's what the rumors are saying. And then who else you got?
Jalen Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
You have you just named like three or four wings that do the same thing, play the same position. I don't get it. I think Capella is on his last year. That's why I thought Alex Sarr would have been
sense.
Again, I would have picked Edey, but I understand that's me. That's not the consensus.
But true height, though.
But the consensus is it was Sarr or the guy that did go number one. I would have went Sarr. Just for the insurance policy on Capella. If nothing else. And like you said, the height. And I think it would have been a good fit with Trae Young with the lob. I don't know how you don't pick Sarr.
You're right, but again, that's where I guess we were joking prior to and watching the NCAA championship. We looked at the first 5 teams, and I slotted Zach Edey for Atlanta. I said, it's Zach Edey. Put him in there. I don't run with Trae Young. It's not going to work the lob. Trae Young's going to throw it up there anyway, and Zach's going to find a way to grab the ball and dunk the ball. Trae Young puts the ball, and I hate his efficiency, but he gets the ball up to the rim where it needs to be for his big. So that would have worked for me for Zach Edey. But then it was Sarr. So my loser, of course, Washington Wizards. Are they the Wizards?
Yeah. Just try to make sure.
And it's not Sarr's fault. I actually feel bad he's going there.
Yeah, I feel bad for him too.
So
he's never going to get the ball.
I don't know what player could have went there. I would have said that they would have been a winner.
Yeah.
It's just not a good franchise.
No.
It's just not. It's not a good environment. Like if I was an 18-year-old kid, I'm like, I might just tell my agent, tell him I'm going to Australia.
Yeah. Because, and like I said, I don't think he's going to get the ball. Like
I'm almost sure you're right.
Because he got 2 black holes he's playing with. That the ball never comes out.
And I'm not saying like this guy would have been whatever, but I think he's a good player. You know what I mean? I think he would be a solid NBA player, but I don't think we're going to see it in Washington.
Guys was talking about Clingan going to Portland, I believe.
Yeah. That's where he did go, yeah.
With him going there, what do you see in the tea leaves for DeAndre Ayton?
You know what? I don't even know what Portland. Shout out to Chauncey Billups. You know what I mean? But I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what Portland's doing. I think Clingan's a backup center anyway, to be honest. So to me, I see them keeping DeAndre. I don't think you move DeAndre Ayton because you got Clingan. I don't think Clingan's like a starter, to be honest.
Well, I'm not going to go Twin Towers because single-handedly I think they're unplayable. I like playing from a defensive standpoint, but they're not going to be playing together. So I actually had them as winners, believe it or not, because they got Danny Aja and they got him. I'm thinking DeAndre Ayton's out the door somewhere for an asset. I don't know how much if he played himself into being an asset, what you can get from him. There are teams that need a center. Might want to knock on the door of Golden State, see what they can possibly give up, if it's worth getting a retardedly way of getting Kuminga out of there. I don't think so.
I mean, I know we're getting off topic. In regards to Golden State, they're trying to get rid of Wiggins and Paul. What, you putting them up for 1-for-1 with Ayton? I think the numbers would match.
Wiggins, Paul, they take Ayton and then you cut Paul if you're Portland.
You can.
Okay, if it's a salary cap move, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I just, and the thing is, I think I'm shaking my head, rolling my eyes because I think Portland might do something like that. Like getting Wiggins, what does that do for you, Portland?
For some reason,
what does that do?
I believe as bad as Portland is, I think it shores up their starting five. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I think they're a mess. I think Portland is a mess. I don't see no direction. I don't see no potential upside. I look at it like it's a wasteland. I look at them almost like I look at the Wizards. I think they're a wasteland.
Wow. But if you go to State,
looking at Scoot having a good second year, I guess.
No.
Okay.
I mean, and that's possibly another reason why you might consider, hey, bringing in a CP3. Like, hey, at the very least, worst case scenario, you need CP3 to be a starter.
Oh, God.
Best case scenario, hey, Scoot Henderson has a better second year, and you have a solid backup point guard in that second unit, and that could help your young players develop and whatnot and move forward. And for as much as we poo-poo Chris Paul, which we'll call it, his teams get better. You know,
well, in the past.
I mean,
because Golden State didn't get better.
Which we'll call it. I think with Portland, where they're at,
I don't think Chris Paul could make them better.
But you have a point guard that should be making Portland better already, though.
And the thing is, you're hoping that Scoot Henderson turns into their starting point guard.
Anthony?
They have Anthony already.
So
I don't see. That was almost like a bad draft pick. Now I look about it because you can't play them together, not defensively.
Right.
But to go back to your Golden State, DeAndre Ayton, I think you were about to allude to, it's not the perfect thing that you want if you're Golden State, but I might look into that because you just need a center.
Yeah.
Besides Looney. Looney is like the only one, and then he almost like dropped out the rotation at some point, which was I don't know why, but I would take a look. And if you want to get rid of Wiggins, you want Chris Paul off your books. Ayton is not that,
Might be some of the lowest value might get Ayton right now. I mean, can it get lower? Maybe. If they start cleaning, you might want to wait. You might get a better deal for it, but it might strike now while they're a little itchy and they say, we can fit Klingen in since we picked him so high. Ayton is expendable. Like Golden State might want to knock on the door there. For Portland, you're talking about having Chris Paul come over with that experience as a top one. They have an experienced point guard who's a champion. Like, Chauncey Billups is there. And if you can't get the best out of Scoot with Chauncey Billups, then I think that's not on him. I hope that's upper management that Portland got it wrong. And you need to move on with Scoot or Chauncey makes Scoot into the play he needs to be. Chris Paul coming over, I think that would just be hopefully a salary dump. And they start, changing. I would dump Wiggins too, but listen, hey. I don't know how much you can do with that. But Portland, terrible. Brooklyn, another one, terrible.
Why was Brooklyn terrible?
Where do I go?
Right, it's too many.
Where do I go? The Knicks was their best trade partner for Mikal Bridges. Saying that, why is that?
You got to think there was some other teams out there that could have used Mikal Bridges that probably could have given him more.
Because what goes into these trades is that you're going to get a whole slew of number one picks, but you want it to be on a team in which you actually might have a chance to get a lottery pick, a decent pick.
Right.
If the Knicks play the Knicks, projected to play with, there could be a chance you're getting the 29th or 30th pick if it's done right. And that's not going to help you down the road. That's why I didn't like it so much. I thought you could have done better at other places. I.e., you could have shipped him to Washington and got whatever. Well, whoever has a boatload of picks less than the Knicks had a better chance. And
I think Brooklyn can't. I think Brooklyn is the type of organization within the NBA that can't afford to do those type of moves. Where, yeah, Washington could have given you better value,
but they don't take care of their players, and people don't want to come over there.
And you can't. And you had Mikal Bridges come over, excel in his role that you gave him.
Right.
Some may even say he overachieved in his role that you gave him in Brooklyn, and you reward him with sending him to Washington. You'll get nobody wanting to come to Brooklyn.
At what point in time do you run your thing like a business, though? You know what I'm saying? And don't acquiesce to a play and say,
in that case, I do it. I'm not worried about the perception of the team. If I could get a better return by sending him to Washington, I do it. Like, it's not like we drafted him. He has his history in Brooklyn. He's been there for like a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. I mean, people may look at it that way, but yeah, I would I would go the business route. If it makes my team better, then I don't have any like loyalty to Mikal Bridges of the Brooklyn Nets.
And I think of with that type of deal, I think the Knicks overabundance of picks, and I think. Does Washington even have that number? You know what I mean? I don't think they had that type of currency.
But I might not.
So you would have to take the players.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about the quantity. It's the quality.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Washington, you pretty much guaranteed
top 5.
The next 2, like lottery picks in the next 2 years.
Right.
So I'll take, instead of say 5 picks, I might take 2 because they'll be lottery picks. And
they're talking about Cooper Flag possibility.
Right.
On top of you being bad anyway. So
right.
You could be looking at yourself being bad. And the Wizards are going to be bad with him as well. So
the next 2 years, you'll have 2 picks in the lottery.
That's the business act part. I was saying to myself, like, could they have went somewhere worse and got less?
Well, you think about the teams that only team that out there that sticks out to me is probably San Antonio. Detroit, I think part of the reason why you might even consider them losers for this draft is they got too many guards as is. Three and
Mikal Bridges is better than anyone on that team, and then Mikal Bridges is just they would take him.
Yeah, but if you're Brooklyn, hey, Detroit would. The only assets I think Detroit have are the current first round pick that they had this year.
That's good.
Plus players.
No, I don't want plays from Detroit except Kate Cunningham. I might want maybe Cunningham or Duren. I might take. Besides that, I'm good with picks.
No Ivy.
Nah, I think you add Ivy if you already have something in place and he's an addition to where you're going. But I feel Brooklyn, you're on a complete rebuild. You need a franchise player. Like Ivy's not going to get it done. I need a franchise player. Another team I think is Charlotte. I would look to trade with them. They look like they're gonna be bad for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the Charlotte Hornets management.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the Bucks. I mean that guy's bad. No, bad teams. I mean, I thought there were losers in the draft.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't want to throw you off or anything. Okay. The Bucks are losers too, anyway, though. So I think that's
I know you're not a Giannis fan.
Hey, guys.
Go ahead.
Hey, guys.
Pay the bills.
Hit us up on social media. Let us know what you guys think. Who do you think were the winners and losers of the draft? Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification button so you know when the new video is coming out. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And you can hit us up directly at WeNeeda5th@gmail.com. We started talking about it, so talk about some of the off-season trade moves so far. We just talked about the Knicks trading for Mikal Bridges. They also signed OG to a 5-year, 212,
212, 15 range.
Yeah, so about 42 and a half. 45
Congratulations.
million a year.
Congratulations. Going rate, right?
It's all relative. It's all
going
relative.
rate?
Yeah.
Oh, my
It's all relative. That's I try not to even get into that part of it.
And this is
because I think
this is typical Knicks though. Like they overpay for it.
because I think
Give
he
him
got
a
what,
little
42.
bit of-
What does Siakam get? Around the same thing. And Barnes got like
Siakam is-
51, right?
Siakam is maxed.
All right, so OG got the less out of the
Yeah, no, I think it's a good
crew.
move. I mean, financially, you could make up, but I think their team, they're set. They're contenders in the East. That's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want, okay, we're going to play hardball, he goes somewhere else, and then now you're lesser of a team? Like, I just don't have any concern for, oh, my God, they're over the luxury. The NBA's making so much money. The TV rights still. Dolan will be okay. Don't cry for Dolan. That he's paid OG $40 million.
Give him the best product.
Yeah, that's all I care. I honestly don't care how much he makes. I just want the Knicks. I just want to see. I'm in New York. I get to see the Knicks. I'm on MSG. I want the best team they can make.
Know what it is? I think for me, I'm tired of seeing cats that can't play more than 50 games getting paid more than $30 million. And that's what he gave you last year, 50 games.
Really good games. For
And it's like, and to that point, Hill, especially in a New York market, if you're not winning a championship, they weren't good games.
So you wouldn't have resigned him?
Not for 42.
Wow. Okay.
And I think for me, that's one of the issues I see with the Knicks is like, hey, they have a little bit success, and they have a veteran player that they just added that gave them a little boost, and then the following year you want to overpay him, and you don't see that return on your investment come year 3. You know what I mean? And even by year 2, hey, that investment that seems so good and so made so much sense at the time starts declining. And with OG, his injury history concerns me, and the fact that hey, he was only able to play 50 games last season, and now it's considered a relatively healthy season for him, and he's getting 42. Wow, it just, I don't know, and not for someone that I can't say, like, OG's not Kawhi, where I can say, you know what? All I need to do is keep him healthy, and we got a chance at a championship. Not at making a deep playoff run, but, hey, we're legitimately championship contenders.
So you don't think the Knicks are a legitimate
not because of just OG.
No,
you know what I mean?
But if he does stay healthy, I mean, I understand it's not. He doesn't play as big as a part as Kawhi. But if he stays healthy, the Knicks are saying if he stays healthy, we could keep him healthy. We have a legitimate shot at the chip.
I do even better. I think their splits with him on the team is something around like 13 or 16 and 3. Like they barely lost with the guy in the court. Yeah. He makes a difference for them. And I thought for them getting Mikal Bridges, I thought for them being ultimate team was they had to retain OG Anunoby. I thought it was a slam dunk with him on the team. I'm curious to see what would have been like with the injuries with Magic. Like Magic Johnson, how many years he played? 9?
I'll say 12.
9 good ones?
He came in 80? Maybe 11.
Maybe 9.
I give him 9 because he came in 79.
Right.
He made the finals in 91. We'll give him 12 years.
I'm interested what they would do with him. And even Larry Bird with the injury proneness. You know, how they would see him as being paid during this day and age.
But I think, hey, with Larry, that's toward the twilight.
Still hurt.
Career and whatnot.
Still hurt.
And at that point, he had kind of established himself and giving you the championships. And, you know, now he's hurt and, you're trying to, rebuild around him and whatnot. We're
able to see their career after it happened. If this is just an injury and OG comes back healthy, I think the Knicks are going to be a force to be reckoned with in New York. Sometimes you have to pay for proneness. I mean, you're going to pay Kawhi Leonard. You're going to pay. Unfortunately, you had to pay Chris Paul because when they're on the court, they're difference makers. So it just goes to territory. You just hope they don't get hurt.
In other trade news, New Orleans Pelicans traded for DeJounte Murray. Do you like that move for the Pelicans?
I was trying to remember at the time who was their point guard.
CJ.
CJ? Yeah. Who's a natural 2, which I hated. I think CJ can go to his regular spot at the 2 now, and then you have someone who can operate the ball. It's perfect. And Alvarado, if he was taller, would be nice because he's a good playmaker, but he's severely undersized. Very good move on their part. I'm a DeJounte Murray guy. Wherever he goes, I'm going to support it.
Yeah, I like it. You know, despite the experiment in Atlanta clearly failing,
Didn't work.
I like this move for the Pelicans. It's just a talented team. It's like I feel like that's the theme of the day now. It's got to be healthy. You need Ingram and Zion to play 82 games.
And they're jam-packed with talent, top to bottom.
Jones, Murphy.
Murphy.
You were talking about a guy, Hawkins from Connecticut coming off the bench. I think they just got to stay healthy. The talent's there.
And Ingram has to be more than subpar during the playoffs. I mean, they sat him.
Yeah, I give him a sort of pass because he was so good in the previous play-in or playoff game or playoff. So yeah, this is a big year for him. Yeah. This is a big year for him.
What do you think about the trade for Atlanta and what they're trying to do out there? Who do you think this means?
Do we know what they're trying to do out there?
We have them as losers on the draft day, and I think we have them lose in the trade. Whatever Quinn Snyder wants, Quinn Snyder gets. I don't know what they're doing. I just feel that they're set pat with Trey being the face of that team, and that's it. It's the only thing I can get from it.
Hey,
I just don't know what direction they're going. Well, I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, it looks like they're set on Trae Young is our franchise player, but you're not really building around him. You know what I mean? Maybe this DeJounte Murray was just like a kind of like get his salary off the books, and they're just looking to next year's draft. You know what I mean? But right now, it's just not a good basketball team.
Yeah, I concur with you guys. I think they've prioritized ticket sales as opposed to winning games. And if you're all about selling tickets, Trae Young is obviously the better draw. I thought if they were about winning games, they would have kept DeJounte Murray. But, hey, we'll see.
So I guess we really don't care about the Denny Aj or Lauri Markkanen front court.
No, I don't.
It's another trade that happened.
Yeah, Utah's just free Lauri Markkanen.
It's like a place where, good players go to.
The thing is, I like Markkanen. I like Clarkson.
Right.
I think he can help a team, and I think Keontae George can help a team.
Yeah.
So they have good players, just not enough to turn around that team, in my opinion. Even Kessler, the center, I think he can help a team. He's, the big.
Culligan. Hope not.
One last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I know
here we go.
Yeah, you gotta hit me with the here we go again. But the Lakers, second round. Really? What are we doing? Really? 55 pick? Really? You
Honestly,
couldn't pick that guy off the street?
I'm with it because it's not obviously it's not the greatest basketball decision in the world.
Okay.
But because I think they hit on number 17.
Okay.
This is an amazing story. It just is.
Father, son, never done before.
I always say it can't be that easy. You know why? No one's ever done it.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be easy. So I mean, of course, it's more of a testament to LeBron's longevity, but I think it's incredible.
Okay.
I think it's incredible.
Hill, you in an incredible camp too?
I was banging my head against the wall weeks ago, and then I just started to go into the camp of I'm okay with this type of nepotism. I'm actually ecstatic that they're able to pull this off, and big support. I'm not the biggest LeBron guy, but I'm happy for Bronny for the simple fact that he's not the greatest talent, but he's humble and he's worked his way to at least get himself in position to be here.
Okay.
I love the kid's demeanor. You know what I mean? It's not like it's anti-Austin Reeves. And Austin doesn't yell like I deserve to be here, but he is a little brash in how he feels about himself. I don't get that at all from Bronny. It's like I want to learn as much as I can. I notice an opportunity that I have to take my best advantage for. And I'm actually glad that the Lakers were able to make history doing this. Being as my team, I get to see it.
Okay.
I mean, so it's a plus.
Well,
I'm good.
That surprised me right there.
Yeah, no, I am. I think because I would have been harsher.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even recognize you.
No, I was like,
anymore.
in this draft, I couldn't give you a better pick from 20 of them to say are they better than Bronny. Chances are they might have been, but I'll take all the stuff that comes with this historic event and just put it to back. Congratulations to the James family for this happening. So I'm happy.
Okay. Oh,
shout out to nepotism in a good way.
Yeah.
That's big of you. Man.
Yeah, no, definitely.
There's a long list of nepotism in the NBA, right?
Oh, definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
Was Mike Malone? Now he's a championship coach, but his father was it's not Colangelo's. I don't know if you remember, George Karl's son was an NBA player.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think Mike Malone's son is an NBA player, right?
Well, his father, I know, was assistant for the Pistons. Doc Rivers' son was an NBA player, if anyone remembers.
Fairness.
Down to the Kumpo brothers.
Yeah. Giannis is. Yeah.
So it happens.
And I think Dame's cousin before he left.
Really?
It's like on Portland is.
Yeah, so it clearly happens. I think it's because LeBron is such a polarizing figure. It just gets more attention, obviously. But it happens. You know, this isn't like, oh, my God, he's on because of who he's related to. It'll be scary if you look in some of these front offices.
Yeah.
Like, and see the nepotism that takes place.
Okay. Hey, guys, hit us up. Let us know what you guys think. Do you think the Lakers made the right move in drafting Bronny James? Hit us up on Facebook. Wow.
Collabo.
I haven't thought about it yet. This is going to be.
Facebook. Technically, it's the same company.
Yeah, Zuck. You might just want to just morph them too.
Facebook. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is coming up. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. And don't forget you can hit us up directly at WeNeeda5th@gmail.com. All right. Before we head out of here, a couple of news. Sha'Carri Richardson looks like she's going to the Olympics for the 100 meters. I believe they're racing today for the 200 meters. So, Sha'Carri, back where she belongs.
Congratulations and good luck, man.
Noah Lyles looks like he's moving forward with the 100 meters. Similar situation. I believe he's going to be racing today for the 200 meters. Also, whatchamacallit, wanted to talk about the Olympics with breakdancing. They've introduced breakdancing to the Olympics. Are you guys there for that? Wow.
Nah, really, I didn't know. I don't think I'm
hip hop. The culture, stand up.
Yeah.
What's up,
with that being said, the creators probably will finish what, 5th?
Yeah. I'll be interested to see
6th?
I'd be interested to see the USA team and how it was like. I have to do
it. Japan won.
Whatchamacallit?
Japan gets the gold medal. China possibly too. China can they compete?
Yeah, I'm not sure how they.
Are they?
China, probably Brazil. I'm gonna go Brazil.
We have
Brazil, definitely.
Sonny Choi representing the United States.
Who?
Sonny Choi.
And then that's not fair. Then no offense. Where we going with this? If Sonny Choi is representing, no offense.
Probably our best hope.
Stop.
I
There's
feel like
a chance he has some lineage.
She. Yeah.
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 Okay. So
she is
like we said,
America.
Japan, China, Brazil,
so
a couple Eastern Europeans, Paris.
Is it unisex? I'm assuming, or is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because you get the top breakdancer here is.
Huh?
I mean,
And that's kind of my point. I think the best breakdancers I know are probably like at least 40, maybe 50 years old.
60?
No, seriously.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, for the record, I
did it.
Elementary
Crushed.
school, Holmes Elementary
Crushed.
School, put the
Crushed.
cardboard down.
Yep.
I used to, I could, truth be told, I used to be able to break dance.
That was 1981. It might have just missed the time.
That was
in
80
which-
something. I haven't touched I was spun on the cardboard since the 80s. So
But the U.S. probably would have been dominant.
Yeah.
yeah, in the 80s.
Right. Now.
So yeah.
So you guys are not checking
For me,
break.
breakdancing has jumped the
Field.
shark.
Field. Already. It didn't even start yet, and he said it jumped the shot.
Yeah.
I'll take the field.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
In movie news, you got Mel Gibson.
We don't do Mel Gibson. I don't do Mel Gibson. Period.
Well, he's talking about producing and directing Lethal Weapon 5. I think, who is it? Donnie Bruckheimer?
Daniel Bruckheimer?
Jerry
Bruckheimer.
Jerry and
Bruckheimer.
Donnie Simpson. something Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
It's always Bruckheimer and Simpson.
Yeah. And I believe one of them passed away. And he was the one that was responsible for writing the scripts for Lethal Weapon. And he shared with Mel Gibson the last script for Lethal Weapon 5, or at least an idea for Lethal Weapon 5. And Mel Gibson's going to take that and run away with it. And they're
Interesting.
looking to start production next year. So, wow.
I'm there. Yeah.
You there?
I'm there for Lethal Weapon.
Also, in other media news or entertainment news, Remy Ma, her son, arrested for first-degree murder. They're saying it's murder for hire plot.
Dinner as Sicario, right? Remember that scene at the dinner table? Your wife, your kids.
Hey.
Kid was a Sicario? That's what it was? I thought it was just like a
random shooting a beef.
Just a drug dealer.
I'm
like,
a-
yeah,
I'm a
that
coming
shoot.
out.
That's why they
Yeah.
got the first degree on it. He was doing it for
I mean,
money.
it's an unfortunate situation for anybody in any walk of life, any race, gender, whatever. But with Remy Ma's, relatively successful rap career, it's a little disturbing.
And it's been a tough year for the family, with Remy Ma and her husband's issues that they've had exposed to the public and whatnot, and after she's come home from jail, you know what I mean, and then have issues with the husband, and now this, it's been a rough year for that family.
She's doing from a, I guess if it matters so much, she's doing good from a business standpoint though. I mean, she has the Chrome Rap League. I guess she's running that. She's personal life is just a little bit in shambles, so we wish the best for him. That was some troubling news hearing though.
Yeah. And just in case y'all thought we were going to get out of this show without me mentioning the WNBA, that's not happening, fellas. Asia Wilson, big shout out to Asia Wilson, won Western Conference Player of the Week. She's continues to lead the WNBA in points, rebounds, and efficiency. She got her running mate, Chelsea Gray back, which we'll call it, and they've gone on a little 5-game winning streak. So they've righted the ship. It was looking a little rough and bumpy for the Aces, but they're coming back to form. So that's big. And also on the WNBA front, that Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese game broke some television ratings. Was one of the highest rating games.
WNBA games, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So wanna be
Why? P? Why, P?
Because it was broke
P,
some
he
ratings
can't let me
for
live with the WNBA.
game.
Can't
What?
let the WNBA
I guess he was trying to
live?
put it in a proper perspective. I guess. I don't know. Congratulations to them.
WNBA, AG, American Gladiators.
What's on the radar, fellas?
For me, because of this draft and the international flavor, like I said, I think this is going to be the best year of basketball, talent-wise.
Said that last year too. He's getting better.
I want to see if these guys play for the French national team. Those first 2 picks. France might be a dark horse. USA and Canada, I think everybody knows what that is, but France might be.
I've seen that team. Canada is overrated.
If SGA and Jamal Murray's in your backcourt, I like your chances.
Overrated.
And you're both. That's your guys.
That's both my guys.
That's your guys. But yeah,
both
so
my guys.
the Olympics, the France national team in particular is on my radar.
Okay. Yeah, what's on your radar?
Tell you the truth, probably Olympics. I hate to piggyback them because I can't see anything now in these dull months right now.
You can always watch the WNBA.
Movies, nothing right now. I want to say Yanks lost 2 out of 3, or they get swept by the Mets.
No, they
2 out of 3. All right, it's all right. So
they crushed the Blue Jays. Shout out to Soto and Judge.
Yeah, Judge's coming back finally. So he's swinging a high bat right now, but that Mets series wasn't great.
Yeah. New York Liberty game.
And we like I said, we're getting to one absolutely, and coming days, and we're gonna be front row because I want to see it up close and personal.
I want to make sure.
So I will be shelling out that $80. Little double entendre, right?
Wow.
Double entendre. I will be shelling out that high cost. Well, we can't kill our sponsors so early. Shout out to the WNBA. We need them in there.
Wow.
We do.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna be there up close and personal. We're gonna pay that. See, because I want to see it. I don't care who it is.
Before I say what's on my radar, I want to ask you guys. You guys excited for Will Smith's new song that he's going to be debuting at the BET Awards?
It should never be excited. He got a mea culpa, right? He just walks back into the whole thing after the whole Chris Rock thing. All is not that I cared, but all is forgiven. He comes back. And he
has a hit movie out right now, so yeah. As far as Hollywood is concerned, he won. He all
deserved a slap. Chris deserved a slap.
No, not even that. I think because of how badly Hollywood movies have been doing in the box office, especially American movies,
right,
and the fact that Bad Boys 4 did
so well, it's doing so well.
Yeah, and
that he's forgiven.
Yeah,
that's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah, to answer your question, I don't think I've ever looked forward to a Will Smith song. No, there's no disrespect because I'm saying Fresh Prince, yeah, But once he went to he wasn't a Fresh Prince anymore. It's kind of like to me the music was over. I wasn't interested. I'm not interested in the BET Awards either, at all.
Oh,
hot garbage.
Say what you chest. Okay.
Is this another thing?
What's on my radar? Olympics, WNBA action. See how this rookie draft continues to develop. I'm a little concerned, but I'm gonna watch Axel F. Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
It's coming out next week.
This Wednesday.
Yeah. So that's on the radar. So we'll see. I hope Edey doesn't disappoint me again.
Coming to America.
Throw me out of a window. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? I'm getting arrested?
Phil, is that you, Phil? That you, Phil? Phil, you changed, baby.
For jaywalking.
Classics.
All right.
They forgave him for some stuff, too.
Let me hear it again. I'm on vacation.
All right, to all our fifths out there, hey, another one in the bag. See y'all next time.
Peace.